Beirut was hit through the day. Constant strikes aimed at its southern suburbs. And always Israeli drones buzzing above. So many strikes, rescue workers have mostly been prevented from entering. The scene on the ground captured by residents. The area once known as a Hezbollah stronghold is being broken apart strike by strike. The attacks come on the back of a huge Israeli attack 2 days ago in Dahia. It's believed to have been aimed at the likely new Hezbollah leader, Hashem Safieddine, apparently killed before even being officially named, and his predecessor not yet buried. According to several media reports, he hasn't been heard of since Friday. There have been fresh areas targeted too by Israeli forces. For the first time, the northern city of Tripoli has been hit. The target was a leader of the Hamas armed wing, killed with 3 of his family in a Palestinian refugee camp in the town. The second Hamas leader to be killed by Israeli forces on the same night. The bombardment and the rising civilian deaths and injuries has prompted the French president to urge allies to halt arms deliveries to Israel, even as both Hamas and Hezbollah refuse to give in, and the IDF continues to prepare its response to Iran's attack earlier this week. The war has prompted an unprecedented humanitarian crisis in Lebanon, the worst displacement the country's ever seen, with 1.2 million people now out of their homes and living rough or in shelters. We've reported on the fears of emergency workers and doctors in the south, that they and their hospitals are being targeted. The UN says about 40 health facilities have been hit, and medics at the latest to close say they couldn't leave for 3 days before being bombed. The IDF claim a Hezbollah position was close to the Salaganda hospital without providing any evidence, a claim vehemently denied by the medics, with one senior doctor telling Sky News there are no Hezbollah positions either in the hospital or the mosque. The Bekaa Valley in the east was again hit, as the UN said the healthcare system is on the brink of collapse, and aid agencies said it's critical that there's a lull in strikes. Among those injured near Baalbek was a little girl playing in her front yard. We were at home and the kids were playing, her mother said, when suddenly our home was bombed and the kids hit. The Israeli military is bombing multiple areas of Lebanon, whilst also telling some reporters of plans to expand its operations on multiple fronts. And several countries scramble to get their citizens out of this and home. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Beirut.